Welcome to the next seminar, the C1M, C1M seminar that we are doing most days in our community. My name is Richard, part of the C1M team. If you're watching this on one of our social channels, YouTube, then below in the description you have all you need to access our website and come and join our growing community. On our website we have education. We teach people how to trade crypto. It's just over 10 years old, still relatively early days. So today's seminar, let's just go through. Well, first of all, it's for educational purposes only. It's basically me uncut. You may hear my dogs in the background. I'm going to be just talking out loud, which is what I do in our community. If you choose to follow anything that I'm saying or any trades, at your own risk. I'm not going to be held responsible, but for sure, feel free to give me some credit with the money that you're making and the calls that I'm giving. People are already doing that in the community, which is great. So, what am I talking about today? Candles, candle lengths, integrate that into chart patterns, and then most importantly about support and resistance levels, which again is relative to the candle length that you're looking at. And actually, Marco, who's on the seminar as well, one of the questions you asked earlier, I'll go over a little bit when we're talking about bandwidth and, with percentages. Yesterday's seminar, which I forgot to put my microphone on, I was talking through a strategy and leverage and having a plan, sticking to it, etc. I'll finish with a bit of Q&A or do a little bit of trading at the end. I'm actually already in on a trade, which is looking bloody lovely. I'm just going to go straight into a bit of technical analysis on what I've done here. So, this is Dash. I put out a couple of messages about this in Discord earlier. When I talk about candles, it's either a red or green. Red is closing. Red means over this given period of time. This example is 5 minutes. Wherever the price opened, it finished below. So over that given time period, the price has come down. If I look at 15, they're all the same. This means that, cool, the price started here. Over this given time period, the price has come up. It is all relative though. 1 minute candles give you the same picture. And it's a bit intense, but I do actually like trading off 1 minute candles as well. But the range of the candles are not quite as much. Well, still 1% or so. But it's still all relative. Candle patterns, interactions with Bollinger Bands, chart patterns, everything. So, candles are just a way for you to see that on the given time period that you're looking at. And for me, I like to start at an hour. Let's have a look at an hour. And why am I longing this? I'll just bring it into how I've come to do this. Well, an alert came in. We have some alerts running through that bring your attentions to coins that should be behaving a certain way. Okay, you can see some zigzag lines going on. Why have I longed this? Well, on the 1 hour candles, and over the last week, few days, what has this coin been doing? I'm sure we can all agree it's been going up. It's had some pullbacks. It's been going a bit sideways here. But I've looked at the bigger trend all the way back here, and it's bounced off, it's come up, it's come back down, it's come up, it's come back to this trend line. This, which was resistance level here, and it pulled through, almost acted as support, bounced up, it's come through, it dropped below, and now it's kind of holding here, and it's actually holding on this same ascending trend line that I identified earlier. So let's just pull this up. There we go. So then from 1 hour candles, I hate to say the obvious, but 1 hour, 60 minutes. So you could look at 1 minute candles, 60 of them, and it's the same as looking at just one 1 hour candle. By looking at smaller time length candles, you get better timings. 15 minute candles I really like. It's also relative to where the time is, wherever in the world you are, but what I mean is the hour. The hours are quite a psychological and quite a time that a lot of price activity happens. The lead up to the hour and the first 15 minutes afterwards. So 1 hour candles, I like to look at 5 minute candles, 15. Let's go into let's go into 5 minute candles here. And you can see I've got lines all over. You don't really want to be... This is from the previous support that I showed you on the bigger picture. Then I look closer here. How do you look at candles and go, right, how do I know what a bit of support is or a bit of resistance? Well, you don't want to be using the order book. You can see I've not got the order book on mine. Who's just joined here? Oh shit, welcome mates. Yes, so I'm just talking through how you, with candles, which we know, how do you paint a picture and what are support and resistance lines? It's not off the order book. The order book I used to trade off, but with the psychology, the manipulation of the markets, I don't want to go off what is potentially going to happen. Let me just pull it up. Order confirmation. Where is... I see I have not had it up in that long. I'm just... Where... Okay, here we go. Come on. Up we go. The order book. Let me just pull the order book on just so I can speak a little bit about this. Here's the order book. Great, you know, this tells me what price it's at. It gives me an idea of, okay, cool, how much USDT, the price, what sort of volume we're looking at. Depending on what kind of amount you want to look into, you can see just the buy orders, you can see just the sell orders. You also have up here the depth chart, which again, visually is very good. You know, it gives you some idea of, okay, right, we have some real, you know, this is the current price in the middle, 240, 486. You know, it gives you an idea of some of the orders that are in the order book. The thing is with about orders in the order book, wow, there we go, is they can be in the order book, but then they can disappear. So what am I getting at is what I've just discussed with candles. We know that there are wicks, we know that there's bodies. I always go off the bodies. I like to look at 1 hour candles, get a feel for the coin, going off closing and opening prices and saying, right, very simply, if I am to draw a resistance line, where is my resistance? Well, look here. You know, you can see over quite a few. And for those of you that have done our course, I would say mine in terms of just the technical analysis that I run through in there, I talk about double tops. And that's case in point, this here, we have a huge price surge up. Yeah, this wick, I don't take into account because this is over an hour. The price can be getting pushed up, pushed down, pushed up. I go off the closing and opening prices of bigger candles. 1 hour for me. The price has come up. You can see some clear resistance. No matter what has happened within these hours, the closing and opening is not greater than here. We've then come down. And then it's come up and we've come down. So what is this? It's what I love. Not as much as a double bottom, but we have a double top. How can you identify these? It's like an M. Yeah, it's come down to a certain price point and then it's tried. It's come up to this area. It's tried and it's been pushed back down. It's tried again, been pushed back down. And then it's been pushed back down. And then the next rally, they're trying to get the price action up. Longs are opening. Let's push it up. Let's push it up. And again, for whatever reason, around this level, 624 at this particular time, on this particular day, there was a hell of a lot of resistance. And that is a combination of the bulls versus the bears, people longing versus people shorting. The price action has got pushed all the way down. And then it's come up. And it's not exact. This is what I want you to get in your head. But for you guys watching this, and if you're analysing a coin and it's coming up, as soon as this is past this kind of previous sort of area here, and it's in this mid-range, it's heading back up. You know, this is not much resistance at all. So we've come back to this same sort of level. You know, let's pull that across. Let me just look at 4-hour candles. Again, it's all relative depending on what time frame that you're looking at. You know, again, here, price action, it's come down, it's come up. This same sort of area it's struggling to get through, and it's come down. So you may ask, okay, longing it, what's the mindset with that? Well, I've just talked you through it. It's come back and retraced to this ascending trend line. And it's still, yeah, it's bounced off nicely. Very, very nicely indeed, if I do say so myself. What you have to be aware of, and what is quite crucial, is once you've identified these longer or the support and resistance lines on the bigger time period, let's then dive or go a bit more in depth. I then go to 15-minute candles and I go, right, let's see what is going on. Okay, this is just how my morning went after a beach walk with my dogs. I'll get to that in a moment. But that resistance that I drew before, this is where you can then start to see what is going on with certain price action. And remember, on the 1-hour candles, I have put this in. So I'm going to leave it there because, as well as support and resistance, what you need to try and paint a picture is when you're looking at a coin and it's moving. Not only you get a red and a green candle, you have doji candles, hammer candles, and you have candles. You know, you've got to get a feel for the coin. This coin has been shooting up, 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 up. And we had a green, red, green, 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 green. Big bodies, small wicks. So very little resistance. It's just going up and up and up and up and up. But then we've got to this point and we've had a predominant, it's nearly almost a fully red candle coming back, which is a strong move. If you have a huge green like this here, green candle, and then a small little body, small little doji candle, it just shows that, yes, the price has come up. It's now at a spot where it's not quite sure. It's holding at that level. When you have action like this is a bearish move if you're looking at a long maneuver like this, because, yes, the price has come surging up, but the response, shorts have been open and it's been pushed right back down. Again, here a little bit. So start to get a feel for the candles that you are looking at. Again, if you're having like 1, 2, 3, that's like 6, 7 reds in a row. Red, 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 red. That is such a huge pull and momentum down. It's got to stop at some point. And whether it's an alert that you're looking at, or you come onto the coin, or then from there you want to go in and go, right, let's look at a bit in depth and let's follow this down. Let me just see, where was that? Oh, let me just make this bigger, sorry. When you then start to see, you've got these big overarching trends and you know this is big resistance. Look how many times, this is 5-minute candles. Again, I've left this resistance from that 1-hour candle the 1-hour candles I was looking. Here, yes, it came through. Okay, it tried to push through. Double top, triple top, 4, 5 times it's tried to get through, apart from this one exception here. And you will always have that, like with head and shoulders or reverse head and shoulders, where it does make its way through. It doesn't mean it's a continuation signal just yet. You need to wait to see if it holds above. But there and there and there and there. Eventually, it's only going to try so many times, and then this would be an alarming position for me, because this low is lower than this low. But it's still there. Look at this. You know, when I talk about double bottoms in the community and the charts that I'm sharing, look at that. Look at that. Means that after all of this price action, again, for whatever reason, it's got support here. It finds support at this level. It comes up. It tries again to be pushed through. It cannot. Comes back up and ping. Over and over again. You will see this. We've got a double bottom here, characterized by W. Which then brings me down to what I was doing this morning, some of the stuff that I was sharing in our community in Discord. You can see I identified this double top. And this was in our community from this morning, barley time. Not only we've had this price action down, it's found support. It's come up. Okay, that's one time it struggled. Big red candles pushing it back down. Okay, that's a little bit worrying. Quite a strong movement down after this downwards movement. This is bearish. For this morning, for most of the day, it's been bearish. Pushing down, down, down. Even though we've had these little trends up, it's coming down. My moving averages, all price action are above 250. It's all coming down. I made a long earlier in this channel because I identified that this low was higher than this low. It's a bit of a sign of a reversal as well as other indicators. I made a long here. And then I've just opened a long. You can see where I've opened it here. Because just of this bigger trend line that I was looking at on the 4 hours. This line here, this is the ascending trend line that I drew. I'm from England and I can't even talk English. Here, look, it's still there. It's still relevant. I'm just looking at these candles. I love 5-minute candles. I love 1-minute candles. It's whether you're looking at a double bottom or at a bull flag, whether it's on a 1 minute or a 15 or an hour, the chart pattern is still there. But more times than not, on a bigger time frame, it's going to have more movement, which I suppose brings me to your question, Marco, that you asked earlier about, you know, if you're looking at, you know, the percentages that you're using, you know, do you go for a 6-to-1 ratio or what's the... There's no specific ratio, but where I got in here, you can see the exact position that I've made. This is where I've entered, and I did a quick check. Okay, at this 4% above me. Some coins, you know, I was on Ren the other day on a seminar, and it was like 20%. So, Marco, yeah, in answer to your question in terms of what are you looking for? Well, you've got to just do a quick check. That's quite nice, 4% or so. I'm getting in quite near the bottom Bollinger Band. If I'm longing, I want to make sure that not only I've got some nice percentages here, but resistance-wise, which is kind of this level here, which is just about to knock on. You know, this is now the new resistance level. Again, you know, if it then pulls through here, we've then got the next level. But again, some nice big green candles coming up, ploughed through the middle Bollinger Band, up, up and away. Let's go on to 1 hour candles. So candles, we talked through chart patterns, support, resistance levels. Again, for those of you watching the seminar, if you've got any questions with the things that I'm discussing right now, feel free to add. I'm going to continue elaborating and talking through them more. But what I discussed and what I'm going to discuss now is what kind of like here, this is a resistance level, and this is me looking back. The price has come down, it's come up. That's a resistance, and it's come down. And then now, this is now acting as a bit of support. Yes, the price came through. If I look on 4 hour candles, we have, not only on this support level, we have a beautiful hammer candle forming on the 4 hour candles. Yes, there's still an hour and a half to go. You can see these wicks around the support level, ascending trend line. All good indications as well. Look, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. 20 hours, it's just been red. Red, 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 red. You can only have so many of the same colour candles. That's not a trading strategy, but it's just something to bear in mind, that if something is red, 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 eventually it's going to turn green. So just use indicators, have a look, get a real feel for it. But it's only when, for me, I'm still conscious that this low is higher than this low. This low is higher than, this low is lower than this low is lower than that low is lower than that. So it is still coming down. If I was to draw a trend line on this, going off the closing and opening prices, you can expect something like that. So what I do quite like is, based off this falling trend line or descending trend, it has broken through. let's just get rid of a few of these. I don't want to complicate it more, but get used, use these tools. Get used to, when you're doing phantom trades, when you're starting off small, identifying support and resistance lines. This is going to help you as well. If an alert comes in for a long and the coin is coming down, and you're like, right, that is some lovely support there. I'm going to put a TPSL buy order in here, and it's going to come down, hopefully catch, and then ping up. So it all can be incorporated with what you're looking at and the trades that you're doing. I'll just flick on to now Discord. Okay, one of our students is typing away. This, for those of you looking at YouTube, this is our community. Discord, over 250 members. It's growing by the day. Bandwidth. So one of our students who just asked, did the fact that the candles didn't pass the ascending trend line, followed by a green candle, help you take the long? 100%. These wicks came through the trend line a little bit, but as I've talked about at the start of this seminar, it's quite often the price action will move through a support line or a resistance line. But look at the bigger picture. It's touched this trend line, and yes, not only do we have a green candle, the next candle is green, we're coming up to this level here, based off this ascending trend line, based off this resistance, which I think will now be acting as support, and it's going to shoot back up. So yeah, a few factors to it. If and when this continues to hold here and comes up, then I mean there's going to be a bit of resistance here, but guess what? This then applies, and I will call this now. This is the direction it's going to head, back up to this level here. I'm just going to take a screenshot at this time, and that I will put into our community, and we'll see in a few hours what has happened. But yeah, it's starting to really get some momentum and traction upwards, but we shall see. So yeah, that a few different factors why I went in on that. Candles, chart pattern, support. Support, resistance. Yeah, with support and resistance, you'll get used to seeing certain things. Just stay on a bigger time frame, I think, in summary. Stay on a bigger time frame and then go in deeper with these candles. Bear in mind the psychology aspect of futures, that if something is passing through a support line, it doesn't mean it's going to continue. Look at the candles. Are they big green ones like this? Are they ploughing through a previous support? Or like here, it's coming up, it's come up, it's come down, it's come up, it's down, it's up. It's just very slowly trickling down. However, massive green, massive green. It's very well and truly ploughed through this previous support there. Resistance. So just gauge with the candles that you're looking at on the time frame. Is it just moving past and then it's going to swing back around? You can go on to 5 minutes and 1 minute. Any of the people on the seminar, are you looking at any coins at the moment? Do you want me to do analysis on any coins? We can highlight some. Let me just pull up another coin in the meantime. What's been going on? Luna. And again, I think just for one of the last ones, if there's no more questions, when taking the long, your TP is within the next resistance level. Yes, yeah. So when you are, I've gone a little bit rogue with this trade because I got in at a great point. The momentum is going up. I'm at my computer, so I don't have my profit in. But with what we have, let me just pull up our spreadsheet. These are all materials that we provide to our students. Calculator, trade sheet that very much allows you to make a plan. You can put in your leverage, your profits that you want to go for. So your profits, we kind of want you to automate it, but it's just good to look at the resistance and support to see, if my if I was going, for example, 40% and my sell was here, but I know that there is this resistance here, maybe I want to keep an eye on it, or I want to use a bit, or go for a bit less percent, or in the beginning, maybe use a bit more, leverage. So therefore, I'm not taking and going over this resistance level. So it's all relative, based on the trade that you're doing. You can see now, 60% up. Again, once you put in the certain parameters, what's this? 238 is what I got in at. 238, 40 to 25, profits at 242.76, 242.76, which is nice and down here. If you were to put in your profit, say you're going for whatever percentage, and it's up here, then you want to just bear in mind with these resistance levels along the way, it's better either if you're going to be watching it or just to, go for a bit less or use a bit more leverage so it sits just under the resistance. This is kind of pushing through, but we've had these wicks here. And as I say, in the prediction that I've made, is we're going to be heading back up nicely. I'll just do it on another coin. If I'm coming onto this coin, what am I looking at? Let's go on to 4-hour candles. What's happening? Luna. I haven't got the 200 moving average on there, but you can see the 50 moving average. We've got the middle Bollinger Band, which is off 20. The 12 EMA here. Then, again, you should be able to see on the bigger time frame. This is the resistance area that we're looking at. Let me just see if we can pull up an ascending trend line. Well, we don't have a huge amount of data to go off because it is a bit of a newer pairing, but it will be looking something like this. So, again, from the bigger point of view, come on to, I went from 4 hours, come on to 1 hours. Here we do have the 200 length moving average, which is this yellow line, which is hugging right now. And again, what do we have here? The price has come up. The next high is lower than this high. So this area, this here, when it starts to come down, that's when the, not alarm bells, but that's when I'm like, right, it's lost its upward momentum, and down it comes. And what we're going to be giving out to you soon is just some more education on these moving averages and crossovers. To just help you better read the market with trends and what coins are doing. So yeah, that's candles. There are many chart candle patterns, many chart patterns. Bear in mind, chart patterns themselves will start as one and then change into another. What do I mean by that? Is you may have a bullish pennant that has resistance and support levels coming together, but then it shoots up more and then it turns into a bull flag, and then we have a bit of a double top. So the chart patterns can change. Good for you to be aware of that. And candles help you paint a picture within them chart patterns, looking at support and resistance levels. Before I conclude, just want to make sure if there's any more questions. Marino, welcome. Do you have any questions? How are you getting on? It's been a little while since I've heard from you. I hope you are good. I'm just finishing off this seminar, doing them every day. And yeah, these are the topics for the seminar today. Guys, if you have any topics at all that you want me to cover, I'm quite happy to do a seminar. I'll be going live again tomorrow. This one will be edited and whacked onto YouTube later on today. But yeah, there are quite a few pieces to the puzzle with trading. But whether you're trading or just getting into it or off these alerts, then you want to be putting in, not just yet. Why is it doing that? Okay, let's just finish with a bit of dash. Got a dash. And it continues to charge up, which is absolutely terrific. Making money while doing a trading seminar. Win, win, win. Thank you very much for joining. As I say, in here, let's trade. Any questions, just get them in the group. Let's all help each other. If you want me to do a seminar on anything in particular, this was done today because a student asked me yesterday about certain things. You know, I'll be firing these out every day, or most days. Not at the weekend, because Sundays I try to look at nothing. Maybe Netflix, that's it. And that's it. Thank you very much, everyone. Yes, again, if you're watching this online, check out the link below, c1m.io. Head to the website, come and join us in the community, and we will see you very soon.